Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Hadidi Makeovers. So for today we're going to be doing a simple casual makeup look. Guys, I'm super excited today. We got to hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you're new here, you can happily join the family by subscribing, liking and also commenting. So let's jump right into the video. Welcome back guys. So from the sound of my voice, you guys know I'm super excited about today's video, and yeah, I am excited and also want to plead with you guys to please watch my videos to the end, and also don't forget to subscribe, like and also comment on my videos. You can also suggest anything you want to see. So that is not why we are here, Sha. Let's just start the video. As usual, I've already cleaned her face using the micellar water. You know, recently I've been moisturizing only. It's strictly hydrated skin for me. I just feel this works for me very well. As far as the skin is well hydrated and you're minimal with the foundation, then boom, your work is as flawless as skin. So as you can see, I'm using the Khalifa foundation. That's after moisturizing her skin. I'm using the Khalifa foundation in mango and hot choco. I'm using that just to balance her undertone. Can you see the foundation's tone? Can you see how the skin, it goes with her shade of her skin tone? Like it's a perfect match for her skin. So you have to be minimal with your foundation, and that's what I just learned recently. And my skin work has been super, like it has gone from 0 to 100%, guys. Like the skin work, and this makes your makeup last longer, and it makes it stays all day long without any sweat or anything like that. So the first key here is to consider hydrating the skin, most especially if the person has a dry skin. So I'm just applying the foundation now, and everything is just going smoothly, and boom, we are done with the foundation application. I used a damp beauty blender, guys. I used a damp beauty blender. So I'm just spraying her face. You know, we are all about hydrating the skin. We want the foundation to go into her skin. It should look like the foundation is her original skin. So after drying up, can you see how the foundation sits pretty on her skin? It's because of the fact that I'm always hydrating. So I'm using the House of Tara liquid concealer. I'll be applying this number 04 on the inner part of her eyes, like under her eyes, the inner part of the eyes for highlighting, and I'll be using the shade 06 for the outer part of the highlight. I'll be applying the 06 on the bridge of her nose, her cupid bow, her chin, and also on her forehead. So I learned this technique from Jackie Aina's video, where you let your concealer to sit a little bit on the skin, and when you blend it's easier. And yes guys, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about makeup, so everything is just going from 0 to 100. Even the way I blend my concealers, the way I apply the concealer, the way I apply my foundation. And yeah, so I would advise you guys to still watch my videos to the end, and all the new tips, the new tricks, my upgrade, makeup upgrade is all here down on my videos, so you don't want to miss that. I would advise you to hit the notification bell, and also advise you to watch my videos to the end. Yeah, so let's blend. Can you see how that is just going smoothly? First of all, my beauty blender is soft and it's also damp. Can you see that? I'm not going to be blending the inner part of the highlight. I'm going to allow that to sit a little bit more before I move on to that. So I'm just going to blend the under the eyes, the chin, the cupid bow, the forehead, the bridge of her nose. Then I'll come back again to under the eyes to come and blend everything smoothly, and then yeah, we move. So guys, the last part I'm blending now is under the eyes. Can you see? There is a way it feels like there's this thing that was happening to how I blend my concealer before. If I'm blending my concealer, it tends to be I don't know, it looks patchy and somehow, but since after I watched this technique from Jackie Aina's video, I feel I've gone, my blending of concealer, I've gone from 0 to 100. So yeah, I'll advise you guys to take this advice and let your concealer sit a bit before you continue blending that. So as you can see, we are done blending, and can you see what this foundation is like? It's affordable and it's luminous. Can you see how she's glowing? And what I like about this foundation is that it sits on the skin and it's just perfect. The shades you have as a foundation is the same shade you see on the powder palette too. So I'm using the powder palette to set under her eyes before I apply the setting powder. So after the skin work, I'm going to be applying my setting powder. Setting powder I'm using is the Airspun setting powder. I'll be applying that where I already highlighted using my concealer. That's the House of Tara liquid concealer. I'm going to, after highlighting her skin with we are baking her skin with the setting powder. So after baking, I'm going to be going in with her shade of powder that's in the shade Mango and Hot Choco. I'll be going into the same powder palette, the Khalifa powder palette. I'll be setting her whole face with that. So normally guys, when I'm in a hurry or I don't want to, I feel lazy doing a cream contour, I use powder as my contour. So as you can see, I'm using a darker shade of powder to contour her nose. So after that, I'm going to be doing the brows. You know, we did the skin work before doing the brows. So I'm going to be using the Davis number 18, the Davis brow pencil in number 18. I'll be outlining her brows, outlining of the brows, and also filling in the sparse area of her brows, and also blending that out with my blending brush. And guys, I already told you this, your pencil must be sharp. That is the very number one rule to achieving a flawless and a straight outline, a well outlined eyebrows. So I'm just reducing the pencil wax using my mascara wand. I'm going to be brushing that upwards, and yeah, that's just about it. And also I'll be applying a brow tint. I want the brows to be a little bit lighter than the way it looks, so the brow tint is going to help the brow the eyebrow hair looks lighter. And the brow tint I'm using is from Beauty Line by Didi. This is it, brow tint. So after that, and one thing about doing a skin work, doing the brows after a skin work, is you have to know how to highlight the brows, how to clean up the brows after you're done with the skin work. So what I will advise you guys to do now is to use a darker shade of concealer close to her skin tone, or you use her shade of foundation for the inner part of the brows. And for her brow bone, I'm going to be using a lighter shade, like I'm using the O to the shade I used, the concealer shade I used in highlighting her face. I'm going to be using that for her brow bone. After doing that on her brow bone, I'm going to be the outer part of the brows. I'll still use the same foundation shade or the concealer shade closer to her skin tone. I'll be doing the outer part of the brows so it blends with her skin, And for the upper part of the brows also, I'll be doing the same thing. So I want you guys to watch how flawless her brows are going to look now, and it won't look demarcated from the skin. That's the way you apply your concealer, won't be demarcated from your skin work that you've already created. And yeah, that's how you achieve a flawless eyebrow after a skin work. And yeah, can you see how the brows are looking? It's not, the highlight is not looking different from the skin work. So to achieve a flawless eyebrows, after that, just follow the simple steps, and yeah, that's just it. I'm using her shade of foundation, the one I used on her skin before. I'm using that to clean up the upper part of the brows, which I mentioned earlier. You can use a foundation, concealer shade closer to her skin tone if you still want it to be very detailed. Can you see? So after that, I'll just blend out the upper part of the brows, and that's it, guys. You have a flawless eyebrows after a skin work. So moving on to the eye makeup, I'm going to be using the Benai Clown White eyeshadow primer. I'll be applying that all over her crease and making sure I blend that smoothly. Before you apply your eyeshadow, guys, you want to blend out your primer, your eye primer. You want to make sure it doesn't crease, it doesn't have any breaking like that, any breakage. Is it? That's the English, right? Yeah, you want to make sure that your eye primer is smoothly blended well, so that your eyeshadow sits pretty and lasts longer. If it breaks, then your eyeshadow is meant to break before the day runs out, and that will not make your client happy. So after I'm done with blending my eyeshadow smoothly, making sure she looks down, I'm going to be using a matte, peach matte eyeshadow for the inner corner of the eyes. That's the inner part of the eyes. I'm using a peach matte eyeshadow. So after that, I'm going to be going in with this peach shimmery shadows again. All these eyeshadows I'm using are from the Ogene eyeshadow palette. My favorite eyeshadow palette. Is very pigmented, guys. So I'm using the shimmery part of the eyeshadow. I'll be applying that on her crease. That's not where I already applied the matte eyeshadow. I'm applying it on the other part of the crease where there is no eyeshadow. So the next thing I'm going to be doing, I'll be contouring the eyes using a darker eyeshadow. I'll be using a maroon shade eyeshadow from that same palette, using this my small pointy brush from Real Technique. I'll be contouring. Can you see that? After that, I'm going to be blending out the eye makeup. We don't want to see harsh lines. We don't want the eye makeup to be too dark or too light. I just want something simple. As you've heard before, I mentioned this is a casual makeup. You can wear this look for a wedding party. You can wear it as a wedding guest. You can also rock this look as a birthday girl. So yeah, that's just it. I'm now highlighting her brow bone using powder to set the concealer that I used to clean the upper part of the brows. So after that, I'm going to be applying the pigment. I'm using a peachy pigment from the Tresabelle pigments and glitters. That's a Nigerian brand. Yeah, I love this pigment so much. You don't even need to use a glue. The only thing I did was I just damped my brush. I placed my brush on my wet wipes and I just packed the I just dipped into my pigment and I'm going tap 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 on the eyes, like very lightly. You don't want to pack everything up like on her eyes and it to look too flaky or like that. You just wanted something simple, and yeah, you have it. So moving on, I'll be applying the mascara, the eyeliner, and then we'll move on to the lashes. Yeah guys, so when I was applying the pigments and the eyeshadow fallouts, the baking of my of the face using the setting powder serves as a shield between the skin and the eyeshadow fallout or the pigment. So I'm going to be using a smaller powder brush to just buff that out from her face, so we don't want to blend the eyeshadow fallout or the pigment with her skin so it doesn't look too shiny or cause any distraction on her skin, because we want to make sure we achieve a beautiful skin and a flawless skin work. So as you can see, I already buffed away the eyeshadow. I've already set the face, and yeah, I'll be moving on to the Lady V Planet Cosmetics, their blush in Girls Night Out. And also when I'm done, I'll still spray the face again. We are all about hydrating the skin, guys. You want to hydrate the skin. So after I'm done and the setting spray is all dried up, I'm going to be applying the bronzer just on the cheek bones. Can you see that? I'm just targeting the cheekbones so that when she turns, it's close. When she turns right, it's close right. It turns left, she glows left. Yeah guys, that's just it. I'm going to be applying on a cupid bow also, because we'll be doing the lips right now. So can you spot the glow, guys? Can you see that she's glowing and the skin work is flawless? So we are moving on to the lips. I'm going to be using this a little bit darker peachy shade on outer part of her lips. So guys, something happened when I was done applying the lipstick. I just felt she's not very light like that, and I love using this classic Millbrook classic 24 hours lip stain in Millbrook. I love using it for the outer part of a lip if I'm doing a nude shade. So I felt this outer part of the lip doesn't go with her skin. After I'm done applying the lipstick, that was when I realized it was making her lips look a little bit more fuller. So I decided to go in. Can you see that? So I decided to make it darker on the outer part of the lips. So I used a brow gel from Heggai and Esther brow gel pomade. I used that on the outer part of her lips. So I realized on this part, when I was done blending everything, her lips was looking fuller, and then boom, I just changed it and applied the brow pomade, and it went from this, can you see that? Yeah, it went from that to this. So making it a little bit darker, it made her lips look more subtle and also what we wanted to see. And that's it, guys. I love you guys so much, and this is the part where I say goodbye for today. I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and also comment. This is Hadidi Makeovers once again. Bye.